I love it. And we're not perfect, right? We all have these sins that we have to make up for. So I appreciate you sharing that, Justin. Justin, when you think of, and I can imagine there's plenty that come to mind, but a lot of the times, and I just heard this recently. I forgot what it was. Someone told me a story, and I was like, it filled your cup though, right? And she said it did. And a lot of the times it's not about, we would mention the money, but it's how we do touch lives. And sometimes when we see things or hear things, it allows our cups to be filled. It allows us to wake up the next morning and do it again. Do you remember any story that comes to mind that really fills your cup and always kind of reminds you of the why? Because I can remind every day you're probably reminded of the why. And I appreciate you sharing your why. But any stories that come to mind?
Yeah, and I shared this not too long ago when we had our big yearly or annual event for Legacy of John. I
Hmm.
brought examples of if, one of our residents coming in really kind of resentful with her family for dropping her off, and just the difficulties that she had. But just a couple weeks ago, she came and wanted to talk to me, and she described the exact things that she loves about being with us is our housekeepers that fold her laundry exactly the same way that she used to, because that's how they've learned to love her. Around her birthday, the chef comes in and gives her favorite dessert, and what really hit my heart was I really didn't think anybody loved me anymore or cared about me anymore, but
Wow.
I found another family. So being able to support that, lead a good group of people in that mission is fills my cup every day.
Hmm. Emotional, man. Just what you
Yeah.
said. Like when you talk about, thinking no one loves me anymore.
Hmm.
Life really repeats itself because, and I say that because when I was a young kid and I was going through the adoption and sexual abuse and all these different things in my life, I used to ask myself that. I used to think that, like, am I not loved? Like, why me? And now these elders are in a home and they can't do anything else but think these things because there's no one to see them but the faculty members that show up and show them love. Um, how could families be better prepared? Like, say myself, someone that at one point may need that, right? May need to be put in a home. What should I prepare myself? How should I prepare myself?
Well, just yeah, that's a difficult one. A lot of families I see a lot of resentment around them not being able to provide for their family member, or feeling like they just dropped their loved one off at a place. So getting through that, and being a partner with us to care for that resident, and we're just kind of the next level of the family. We want you
Mhm.
to join in, help us care for that family member. So getting through that resentment of having to ask for more help, seeing that you can't provide everything, and that's really what we're there for, is to care for everybody there.
Mm. I mean, there's things that are for, like you mentioned, Collins. I don't know, man. I might leave home every single day just emotional thinking about some of these, family members,
Yeah,
because humanity is everything. When we talk about technology, we can never get away from humanity. As much as AI you can
yeah,
put up, it would never take away from the human interaction. But I think that AI does allow us to do more of the things that we love. And even just today, coming back from a healthcare convention on how AI is being implemented in some hospitals, on how this is the coolest one that I actually seen. When they go and clean up these rooms in hospitals,
hmm,
that it's being monitored. So as soon as it starts, there's a timer. As soon as it's done, there's a timer, and it just kind of triggers the next system to let someone else know this room is available. All
yeah,
on the back end. I think to myself like, wow, it really allows people to really get into the things that they love more than anything. Are you seeing that, or what is your thoughts on that? Like, are
yeah.
you guys able to use something like that?
Yeah, so it's definitely advancing quickly. We're seeing a lot of different items and projects and processes and stuff that are being implemented. It's very innovative time, that's for sure. They have things that you put in somebody's room, and it'll scan the room. It'll tell you the position of the patient. It'll alert you when the patient
Oh
may
my
may
god.
be able to be maybe getting out of bed, and their high fall risk. It'll alert you. It will actually scan them and kind of tell you what the vital signs are. I mean, so quality of care is going to increase significantly. It's going to reduce falls. It's going to reduce hospitalizations. It's going to reduce so many
Mhm.
different things. I'm currently looking into a new software program, or EMR, that will help facilitate some of that and cut down on that documentation. Documentation for the nursing staff is a burden. So they can't necessarily be out there with patients because they've got to sit there and be documenting things. So there's so many efficiencies that are going to help the staff, and also it's going to improve quality of care for sure. Even the office people, some of the things that I've built myself using some Grok projects are what we have is MDS, where we have a nurse that sits there, looks through all the documentation and says, okay, well, I'm going to code this and I'm going to send it off to CMS, and then they're going to pay us for it. Well, that's based on a book, a couple thousand pages. So if you have any kind of questions, you got to scan a book or a PDF, look for a specific word. Well, you can build a project with AI, and then you can just ask it a question. What do I do in this situation? How do I code this? And it saves hours and hours and hours of time. And I see before too long, all those systems are going to talk to each other, and there's not even going to be a need for that position. So there's going to be another nurse out there on the floor working with people.
Yeah. No, and that's it. I think people are in the space that is taking away jobs, but I feel like it's taking away the jobs that people don't really love doing anyway. That repetitive task.
Yeah.
Who wants to pick up the phone all day and answer the same questions? And I feel like if you could create something, however that may look like, that it just helps out. It makes you feel happier. We talked about filling cups. If I can't go and work my with the patients, the thing that I love, how am I cup being filled,
Yeah.
right? Instead, I'm trying to chase money down. I'm trying to write notes and documentation, all these different things.
Yeah.
I was actually talking to a doctor today at the event, and he was just saying, I get to really see more people. I really have a work-life balance.
Yeah.
Like the as you mentioned, the notes are being there, and I can edit them, and I can go back and look at them, and just so advanced. And I love that you're ahead of the game, but so many people are, and leaders itself in this space are kind of scared. What do you say to those people that are kind of scared of AI? If it was here, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, it's a tool. It's a tool. You ask any mechanic how do the jobs get a little bit better? How does their life get a little bit better? Well, the appropriate tools, using the tools, learning the new tools. If you're not using those tools, you're going to be behind. You're going to be stuck in the past. Everybody else is going to be moving forward. Things are going to get better for them and not you. So that's key. It's a tool. Let's learn how to use it wisely, and it's going to make everything better.